Hello and welcome. You know what? I have waited all morning to see you. I'm so glad you've joined us today. We're going to have such fun. It's just going to be wonderful. You're going to get to go crunch, crunch, crunch. Now I'm going to explain about the crunching. Today, we are going to paint. Yes, paint. Remember, if you work with me and Pastels, we always say we are going to paint a pastel because this is pure paint pigment, all ground up and put into a wonderful stick of color for us to use. So we are going to paint the forest floor. And before, when we've been on a walk in the forest and taken notes in a journal to use for our pastel later on, we always are looking up at the tops of the trees. Now today, you're going to look down. That's where you'll get to watch your feet going through the forest, and they'll be crunch, 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 soft, soft, just like a deer or another animal. So, before we get started, I'd like to know, where are you watching us from? Where are you? Are you in a city that has wonderful woods around it where you can just head right out in the backyard and go for a walk in the forest or the woods? Where are you from? What state? What city? We'd love to know so we can say hello and welcome. And then I would like for you to share this video and like it. That will help us to bring more of these wonderful videos to you. And the very best thing is we want to see your artwork. We want to go, oh, Suzanne, that is the very best forest floor we've ever seen. You did a great job. We want to call you by name and recognize you. That's our job. And then you are an artist clubhouse is open. Watch for information and you will find wonderful, wonderful things to do. Now, let's get started. All right, just as a refresher, this is just plain copy paper. It already has some fingerprints on the back. So I turned it over so it would be nice and clean. It's nice and white and clean. And underneath here is a scratch sheet that helps to hold it down, because if you've painted with me, we get excited about what we do. We love to teach this kind of art. Now, here are the colors that I have chosen for today. There are some fall leaf colors. Here is the earth color or soil, and maybe some moss. And then there's going to be wonderful colors for the shoes you're going to paint. Yes, we're going to paint shoes because you're going to be the viewer looking down on the forest floor. Okay? All right. And we also have wet, moist. This is a baby wipe, but you can use a paper towel that's got a little bit of water on it, and you can wipe that chalk right off of your fingers. Okay? Now, I've turned the paper vertically, because this is going to be a tall or lengthy looking painting. Now, we're going to start with one of the main subjects here on the painting. And we're going to put in some what we call in the South tennis shoes or basketball shoes or whatever you might like to call them. These are two big U's right here. Up here in the corner. And then, you know, if you remember, they have wide rubber right around the edge on both sides. And then there's the sole, but we'll just make that a little bit darker as we go along. Okay, now this is where you get to be an artist. If you look over here at the completed picture, you see that I chose to make my shoes a aqua color. First, we've got to finish drawing off the shoes. Here's the toe. This stays white right here. And then we're going to put the shoelaces in. Now I've got a little U right here. And I'm going to put a little U over here on this side. And we're going to put a shoelace in. See? That's not hard, is it? Now, this lace goes up like this to another U. And there's a U right there. So, let's put in this one. Okay? Now, that's not hard. If you get lost, look at your shoes and you'll be able to tell which side goes which side. All right, we're going to do it again over here on this side. Now you're only going to get part of a shoe over here. So we've got one that goes across and then the one that goes up and then the one that goes across here, like this. So you only have half of it. You just have to, in your mind, know there is a person in the shoes. Okay, as I was saying, these are going to be, mine are going to be aqua. Now, let me give you a little hint. Watch Nana. And you'll say, that's not the whole shoe colored. Remember, the toe is left white. Take your painter finger and you can smooth the color in. And you don't have to worry about getting outside the lines, which we don't worry about anyway. Being outside of the lines means that you're a fantastic artist. Okay. Now, we're going to fill these in. And I think we have our viewer. This is the person that's come into the forest. And there's going to be a whole lot of stuff down here for him or her to see. Now, you can color your shoes any color you want. You can make them red, you can make them pink or purple or black even. whatever you prefer. You're the artist right here. So you make the color that you would like to have. Okay? Now, we're going to put another main actor in this painting, and it's going to be a fallen tree limb. Look there, straight line, not so straight. It kind of goes sideways here. And here goes the limb out over here. And on up. Okay, I'll wait for a minute and let you catch up. Okay, now what I want you to do is to make a bank right here, because there's going to be a little stream right here, a little stream. In fact, if you don't believe me, let's just go ahead and we're going to put the stream in so you'll see. Lightly, lightly, because there's going to be things in the stream. Okay, let's work a little bit on our tree limb that's fallen down. Now, you know, tree limbs have bark on them. It's pretty good. All right, now take your pastel and put it down like this, and then you can lightly fill in the color of the tree limb. Lightly, lightly. Excuse me. Now, before we get any further, I would like to put some wonderful shelf fungi or fungus here on the tree. This means that the tree is deteriorating away. See, it just looks like a little skirt. Little ears is what I always think of when I see these on a tree. It's a lichen. And this part is left white, but you can kind of smooth it a little bit. Okay. Now, we're going to fill in some moss. Okay? First of all, let's take this dark green and we're going to make the moss come up under here, like this. This is the edge of the water. And something else is going to go there. So, just go under the tree limb. Painter finger, smooth it. Make it be kind of blurry. Now don't get into your mushrooms there. They're different. Okay? And underneath the tree limb, it's darker. Okay? Now, see this pretty green? This is our moss color. We're going to take the tip of it and we're going to put some moss up underneath here. I have moss in my backyard and I love it. It feels like a velvet carpet, and I think the birds like it too. Okay. Now, this is our shore to our little stream here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this gray and very lightly, I'm going to turn it on its side and just sort of swirl it around a little bit and make some sand. And I think that's very cool. Okay, we've got our tree, we have our moss, we have our shore, we have our stream. Let's put in some fallen leaves. Okay, now these are not hard. They're just pointy. I think they're maple leaves, maybe. And they're lying down because they've fallen. So they're looking kind of flat. They're not standing up straight with wonderful points like that. Take your orange and you're going to go ahead and color in your beautiful fall leaf. And you can make the stem and the leaf separations here.
Nina, there are a few people that got here a little bit late, and I wanted to make sure that they know that yes, indeed, once the video ends, you are welcome to replay this and enjoy it as much as you would like.
You get to hear me over and over and over. So, all right, we've got one leaf here. Let's put a red one up underneath here. Gonna sneak him in right here. He's underneath this log. Okay. And take your finger and fill him in. And I think everybody loves a yellow leaf. I think this is more like a sweet gum there. And I think I'm going to put one coming out right here from underneath here. You can put your leaves where you like. You can even make a kind of greenish leaf that the viewer has almost stepped on. And let's give it a little bit of fall color. How about that? And we'll put another one up here underneath this foot. Because you're going crunch, crunch, crunch. Okay. Well, we're not through, so hang on. We got to get our leaves in. We're going to put some moss up over here. Ooh, don't you just love to hear that noise? That's pastel at work. I love it. Taking my painter fingers, I'm going to use two. There's our moss. You can maybe color in a little darker if you like. Then we're going to get the forest floor. Now this is a kind of a reddish brown. And you notice I'm not going all the way up to the leaves. I'm just kind of dancing around them. I have a ghost leaf right here. Forgot him. He needs to be colored. All in his fall glory. Okay? Now, take your fingers and get that forest floor in. If you get over on the leaves, it's okay. You're the artist. You can explain that maybe some of the dirt and debris got onto the leaves, which happens all the time. Now look, how everything is just knit together. I think this is wonderful. Okay, this is just too neat. So let's put in some pine straw. Just little sticks. I'm going to outline that leaf and this one because they're too pretty to miss. We're still not finished. Okay, now see how I'm just barely touching the surface. Putting that pine straw and those little sticks in there because it was just too neat. All right, in fact, we'll just put some down here too. All right, now I have a surprise. This is going to be neat. I need a darker brown. This is a dark brown, I think. It's very dirty. If it isn't, we'll be surprised. Yes, it is. All right, now look what's in the stream. Okay, Nana, what is this? Well, you're gonna see in just a second. They're just like little logs almost. But this little log has a tail. And we've got one over here. No, it's not a fish. This is a freshwater crawdad. That's what we call them down here in the south. Or where you live, you might call them crawfish. It depends. Crawfish, crayfish, crawdad. It's a tiny freshwater sort of lobster. Okay? Now, Nana's just playing with her tree limb here for a minute, just trying to get more definition, which you can do.
Nana, while you do that, I want to remind everybody that right after this art lesson, that Cindy West of Our Journey Westward is going to be sharing a nature study of the forest floor that is all about decomposition. So you'll want to head over to her page after this.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Okay, I think we're just about through. Now, in this other picture, the finished painting, I put a fall leaf in there. Now you can do that if you like. It doesn't take but just a second to have a leaf floating in the water. If that makes you happy, then you do it, okay? There we go. I think this is beautiful. I think this person in the aqua shoes has found a wonderland. Look at all the things to see on the forest floor. Now, what I want you to do is to pick out your favorite color. Mine today is going to be this red. And very tiny, over here in the corner, write your name. Because you don't want to put your name all the way across the stream. Goodness gracious, where are these crawdads going to go? And then take your painting, turn it over, and write forest floor, nature walk. Well, you're the artist, you decide. And today's date. And then go and put this in a place of honor because it's beautiful. Look at all the things you see and you found on just a little walk into the woods or a forest. Do it today. Have fun. You'll be so surprised what you'll see. And people will say, oh, I know where this is. My goodness. You are an artist.